Let's make the earrings and the bracelet to match the long necklace using the November 2025 Bargain Bead Box. Hey y'all, it's April. Thanks for stopping by my crazy creative life. And in today's video, as you heard in that long intro, I am doing the bracelet and the earrings to match the long necklace that I made just a few days ago. I was using the November 2025 Bargain Bead Box Winterberry Wishes. I'm struggling this morning. Okay, so let's go ahead and this pretty. So this is the bracelet, and of course these are going to be the earrings. Not too difficult. So let's go ahead and start off with the bracelet. I am doing a stretch bracelet. Where did my stretch cord go? Okay, I'm taking about 11 inches of stretch cord. Make sure that you stretch it before we get started. If not, once you put your beads on, it will stretch down, and then you'll have a big old gap. I'm going to take one of my little doodads here and stick at the end so that way my beads won't fall off on me. All right, now we're starting off with one of these pearl glass beads, and then one of those Winterberry mix beads, then another glass bead, and another Winterberry, then we are doing one of those real pretty leaves, then Winterberry, one of the pine cones, and then I think I done 2 Winterberries there. Benji. Maybe I just done 1. Yeah, I think it's just 1. And then another leaf. And another Winterberry. And then one of these, what were they called? They were the aventurine, the 10mm aventurine. Then a bead cap with the top facing down. Then one of these, the purple lapidolites. They were 8mm. You know what? I think I mixed those 2 up because that's 8, that's 10. So that is the purple aventurine frosted. Sorry about that. Hold on. That is the purple lapidolite. That is the 10mm aventurine. Sorry about that. Okay, now another bead cap. With the top facing upward. Then one of those English cut. Lavenders. And another Winterberry mix. And another English cut. Then another Winterberry. Then a leaf. Winterberry. Then a pine cone. Then a Winterberry. Okay, and then this oval bead, the branch pattern oval bead, and it really doesn't matter which direction it goes. Not for this. All right, so now make sure. I probably sound a little unsure of myself because I had messed up this side, so I was trying to follow that side, but I think I've got it okay now. So now all we're going to do is mirror this. So we're going to start from here and go that way down here. We're going to mirror it. All right, so we start off with a Winterberry. And a pine cone. And a Winterberry. Then a leaf. And a Winterberry. Okay, see where we're at here. So we were... Okay, actually I think I want to do the white one there to kind of match that side. Okay, then we're going to grab an English lavender, English cut lavender. And a Winterberry. And another English cut lavender. Then a bead cap with the top facing down. Get on there. And that, make sure I tell you right this time, this was the 10mm aventurine. Okay, bead cap with the top facing up. Wait a minute, that didn't go and I thought it did. All right, let me get this bead cap on. Okay, we're right here. So now we're going to do the 8mm lapidolite. And one little Winterberry. leaf, a Winterberry, whoops, a pine cone, a Winterberry, a leaf, Winterberry, one of the glass pearls, a Winterberry, a glass pearl, and finally a Winterberry. And this Winterberry should go between those two beads. Now, it is possible I might have to take a couple of those glass beads off. I'll see here in just a second. Okay. Now, first, before I measure it, I want to make sure that we have mirrored. Other than that one, let's see, we've got glass beads or Winterberry glass beads, Winterberry leaf, Winterberry pine cone, Winterberry leaf, Winterberry aventurine, right? Yeah. Then our bead caps with our lapidola, or well, whatever. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. Then we've got the English cuts with the Winterberry leaf, Winterberry pine cone, Winterberry, and then everything. Okay, yeah, we're good. So let me okay, I think that'd be good. So, as you've seen, I kind of wrapped it around like the first tie was a shoestring tie. Here, let me show you again. So just come around like you're getting ready to tie your shoestrings. Okay, and then pull. And then come around and around one more time. And then go take that and push it through backwards. That way it's wrapped around twice on both sides. That's your surgeon's knot. And then pull tight. And then just take the two together, bring it around like if you're doing sewing, you know, your thread. If I can get it around. And then, uh-oh. Okay, sometimes with those knots, you have to take something small and pull it down until you get to the bottom, and then pull really tight. And hopefully that will go in. You can also put some nail glue or jewelry glue or something where that knot is. And I'm not going to be able to get that knot in. Let me see if I can ream this out a little bit without breaking my bead. I've got an awl somewhere. I mean, they're not too big. I'm going to clip it off there toward that knot. Right at the very top with just a teeny tiny bit hanging. Well, you could, I just don't have any in this color, but if you had like the little, some of these are the, I do have gold. That might not be too noticeable. Those are your crimp bead covers. Let's see, I want a smaller one. Need to get me some of these other colors. Okay, there's a small one, as long as I can fiddle with it. Okay, so I'm going to pull it back out. Might have to get a little bit bigger one. This might be a little bit too small. Okay, and try to slide it over that knot. Is it going to go? Okay, I've got it sitting in there. We'll see. I may end up having to get the bigger one. Yep, let me grab the bigger one. See, that looks like the medium-sized one. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay, I've got the knot sitting right in there, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so don't make your knot as big as what I just made mine. Or if you do, have a plan B. Okay, there's that little bit sticking right there. I'm going to trim that off. Now with these, I like to go back and forth, like from side to side, to try to round it on out, because sometimes it'll get that Pac-Man look. If not, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, that's good enough. So see, it's on the very back. It's not that noticeable. I mean, if I didn't point it out, I don't know if anybody would really pay attention to it. So there's our pretty bracelet to match our necklace. Actually, let me pull that out. If you have not seen the necklace, it's right here. And this is a long one. And I will put it up here in the iCard if you want to go watch and see how I made that. So, all right, carry on. So tell me, y'all, do you have any plans for Thanksgiving? I know it'll be here in, well, today's Monday, so it'll be here in a few days. All right, the next thing I'm doing is making her earring, like I showed you right there. Now I'm taking, just like I did with when I was making the necklace, and again, you can go back and watch that video. I'm taking my pair wire, which is 20 gauge, and I probably cut off a little bit too much, but I didn't waste a ton. I can even show you my waist. But I'm cutting off about 6 inches. I'm measuring right over here to the side. You can't see me. So you want to cut off 6 inches and then make sure that the other end is flat as well. Okay. And then go down about 3.5. 3.5. And we're going to do our 90-degree bend. And then now I took, if you don't have them, that's okay. You can use your round nose pliers. But I took my Bail Making Pliers. And I went to the second one. You see the second one's a little bigger. Because it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the 6-step Bail Making Plier. Anyway, I took the number 2, this one. Okay, and I'm sticking it in there. And I'm coming all the way up and around. Flip my hand parallel. And then go in behind. That should be straight out. That should be straight down. Okay. Then I'm taking, if you recall, well, if you watched that video, I told you there was 2 different sets, and also in the unboxing, there was 2 sets of these poinsettias. This was a little bit bigger one, and it actually goes with this necklace, but it really don't matter. I'm using this for the earrings. I could have used that. I was thinking that one was heavier, but now that I'm feeling it's really not much heavier. That's why I chose those. But it really doesn't matter. I mean, if no, I can't change them because unless I cut it off, because I done a wrapped loop, which is fine. I feel safer with wrapped loops. That's why I try to, if I can, do wrapped loops versus a simple loop. But that's just me. You know, I'm still fairly new at all of this. All right, let's go ahead and slide on our little poinsettia. And it just slipped right on. Right in there is our open part. So, let me get my bent chain nose pliers, and I want to grab it right there to make sure that's closed. Okay, now my straight end is on top, and my other end is there at the bottom. So we're just going to wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap. I did about probably 4 times, 3 or 4 times. And wrap. And I'm at the front, so I'm going to go around about a half a turn to get myself at the back. Okay. So let's clip that off. Squeeze it down. Anything that's poking out, you want to kind of squeeze down. I don't know how on earth my plier got rusted right there. I've spilled something and it has set and I didn't know it, daggone it. Anyway. Okay, now kind of pull that straight back out. Make sure you're looking at your front. Hold on, that's bent on me. Let me straighten this out. Okay, it's better. Okay, so we're going to straighten that tail out. And we're going to take one of the English cuts, a bead cap with the top facing down, one of those 10mm, whatever the heck they were. I'm afraid to say now, aventurine, no, it was the lapidolite or whatever. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm right. I'll get it straight when I don't need it no more. 10mm aventurine. Then the bead cap with the top part facing upward. then one more English cut. And that's it. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a wrapped loop. So with everything facing me, got my pliers here. I'm doing my 90-degree bend. Okay, so it's still facing me with our 2-step or 6-step Bail Making Pliers. This time I'm using the smallest one, so the number 1. So I'm putting it in here. Now the one is facing upward because that's the one I'm using. So we're coming up, over, and down. Flip your hand parallel, then come in the back. So now this should be going down, and this little piece should be back there. So we're going to flip it over. Now, if you find it easier to use, to keep it in that, you can. Or if you find it easier to take your bent chain nose pliers and stick there instead, you can do that too. And then we're just going to wrap. Well, maybe I should go back in there. Okay, I traded because sometimes that slips on me. Okay, and then make sure that you're at the back where you want to clip, and I am. So let's clip off this excess and then squeeze down anything that's poking out. Just be very careful because you squeeze that, it will break on you. Okay, now let's get our line back out here. That's what I thought. Come on. Yeah, I accidentally twisted that around. So my little loop needs to go facing upward. When you're wrapping, if it gets loose like that, you can always take your pliers and kind of get in there and squeeze up. And that will bring them back together like that. Now, let's straighten him back out. Okay. Now, I had these ear wires in a kit. It was actually another kit from a year or so ago from Bargain Bead Box. But they're the same color, so I thought they went fine. Now, you have to be careful because just looking at them, I don't know, this is me. I think that's the front, but really that's the front. So, because when you open it, that goes in your ear. And that's the back that closes. So, anyway, there's right here, there is a little cut, and then you just pull it out just like you would any jump ring, and then slide your component on, making sure that the front is facing the front, okay? And then we'll close it back down. And there you have it, folks. Okay, there's our little earrings to go with the bracelet. That matches the long necklace that we use making the November 2025 Bargain Bead Box Winterberry Wishes. So, there it be. So, hopefully I was on the screen the whole time. I know when I was making that, I was kind of getting off screen a little bit, and I didn't even realize it. So, my apologies. Anyway, that is it. Let me know what you think, if you like it or not. And I hope you all have, ignore this mess, let me pull you down, just to kind of give you a closer look. But anyway, if you haven't heard of Bargain Bead Box, go to my unboxing. I will put that down in the description box below, as well as this necklace, like I've already said. But you can go on there and I'll tell you more about Bargain Bead Box and everything. So, but I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. And I hope y'all have a very blessed and thankful Thanksgiving with family and friends. And if this is a year, which is going to be for us, phew, I'm trying not to cry now. Because we've lost, obviously we lost some loved ones this year. My aunt, my cousin, and then my mother-in-law. So it's going to be tough this year, but we're still blessed and thankful that we had them, you know, for how much we did for our lives. And so if you are in that same boat and you're missing a loved one, I pray that the Lord comforts you. But other than that, I hope you guys have a very wonderful Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. I was using the November 2025 curated bead box. Shoot, April. I was using the November 2025 Bargain Bead Box Winterberry Wishes. I'm struggling this morning. Hey, if you like this video, you may want to check out my previous video or my previous series. Talk to you soon.